our next guest is Don Hume. Don is the first cousin of Sandy Hume, whom we'll be interviewing a little later. And Don is the nephew of Ralph Hume, who was our general manager in the 1940s and 1950s. His uncle Ralph actually began working here in 1936 and stayed with the Boulderado until 1961. During that period, Don and his family lived in Denver, and he visited his cousins at the Boulderado quite often. Don moved to Boulder in 1961. Don, would you please tell us a little about your experiences as a young boy exploring in the basement of the Hotel Boulderado?
Well, that was a highlight. Let me first kind of hit you with a few of the things. Since we first started talking, I tried to dial the memories back. This is from the perspective of a 9 or 10-year-old, my earliest recollections. This is the period where we came up often to visit. And I remember going with my dad to work in Denver, where we lived at the time, occasionally on a Saturday. But when we got to come up here, we got to come to the Boulderado because this is where Uncle Ralph was. And so my memories, in particularly the tile floor. It's interesting, I remember that. I didn't have to worry about the spiked heels. Yeah. But the tile floors, I specifically remember that. And of course, the grand lobby, it seemed huge. It is huge, but it seemed really gigantic then.
Mm-hmm.
And the stairway, being able to go up the stairway under the glass dome, the glass roof, and it was spectacular. This was the original glass roof, and I remember that was just really spectacular, and that sticks in my mind. So, and then finally, I think the basement was the highlight. You know, for a 9 and 10-year-old, I mean, we'd go down there. That was the thing. This is where all the furniture was stored, but there were also all kinds of other things, all kinds of treasures, and digging through that stuff was something I remember very vividly.
Nice. Thank you so much. Anything else?
No, I think that's those are I remember the barber shop. I think it was on the south side of the building.
We were trying to remember which piece of the building where the barber shop was.
I remember the barber pole.
This spot, this same spot.
I think it was right here.
The Chamber of Commerce was in this.
That's what I thought. I think
here.
I remember it being to the right as you walked out the door. Yeah, but I'm not sure if my mind is playing tricks on me or not.